Well, that's it for today's archive. Join me next time when I try and get this damn Microsoft Zune to stay on for more than 10 seconds. Actually, I can't get it to come on at all now. All right, let's charge it up. And welcome to, even by my standards, a slightly unusual video. Now, I am not going to call this one a Ben's junk because that would imply that I am reviewing this thing, and that's not what I'm trying to do here. But before I go any farther, yes, this is a Microsoft Zune, MP3 player, generically speaking. And of course, the Zune was Microsoft's response to Apple's iPod. Of course, I had to bring mine out. Still in service. But anyway, yeah, this is a model 1090, which seems to be the second model overall. And it was apparently manufactured in 2007. And when I checked the About menu on this thing, the software that is loaded onto this, according to the internet, dates to early 2010. So I'm going to guess whoever owned this, there were software updates beyond that. I'm going to guess they stopped using this in 2010, 2011 at the latest. And yeah, as of my making this thing's been probably retired for about 15 years now. But anyway, yeah, what I want to do with this is, when I got this several years ago now, I found, for one, that the battery was dead, hence the little repair montage. But I found that the previous owner's stuff was all still on it. Nobody ever tried to wipe this thing. And I've only just barely skimmed the surface of this thing. So yeah, today I want to, I guess you could say, get a little voyeuristic. We're going to dig through someone else's record collection. We're going to just root around this Zune, see what's on it. There do seem to be some photos on it. I haven't really looked at them. If they prove to be exploitative or something, whatever, obviously it won't make the final cut of this video. But yeah, that's really all I want to do today. I'm not out to give my opinions on the Zune. For what it's worth, I think it's perfectly okay. But yeah, we're just going to do a little exploring here. So let me take a cut, I'll refocus the camera, and we'll just root around a bit. All right, admittedly, I did do a little camera test earlier today, just so I would know what would work lighting-wise, and I found that it works best with the studio lighting totally off. So yeah, if it seems a bit dark at the moment, don't worry about it. Otherwise, I haven't turned this thing on since I did that camera test, something like 3 or 4 hours ago now. And we'll see if the battery's holding a charge. If not, I can plug this in, so it's really not that big a deal. And I'd say the odds of me playing anything on this are kind of low, but I do have a pair of passive speakers at the ready, so if there's something I feel like we should be listening to, just even for a couple of seconds, I'll go ahead and plug that in. But yeah, let's get to it. All right, one fumble finger false start later. Now let's turn it on. And yeah, it likes to default to the radio, and I don't know why. And I should know, I could not find a manual for this. I only found the quick start guide. It's holding its charge sort of well. I was hoping it would still be at full, at or near full. But yeah, I don't understand the radio default thing here. Yes, it has a built-in FM radio. And it's after dark now, so I have a feeling, or it's about to be, yeah. it's not going to pick up a whole lot. Yeah. I should note I tried this earlier in the day, and I wouldn't call it a brilliant radio, but it was acceptable. It got most of the radio stations here in town, so yeah, again, acceptable. And yes, it does give you. I did not add any of this. It does give you call letters and whatever they happen to be playing. I'm guessing the station is on a station on a commercial break right now.
Hey, Larry.
Yep.
What's that sign you're putting up next to Jerry's Auto Body?
I came up with a really good idea, Jason.
I can't wait to hear it, Larry.
We should put up a diner next to Jerry's Auto Body. Roadkill Grill. We could serve a...
Yeah, we're in Larry the Cable Guy country, aren't we? All right, let's see if I can get back to the menu somehow here. And it always shows, if you see it real tiny in the bottom right corner, if my camera will focus on it, it always kind of shows just the pause sign, even if there's nothing actually loaded at a given moment. But yeah, let's get into this thing. Now, I should note, I did do just a super, super loose cruise through the music here. And I noticed that, for one, this person was probably doing a lot of torrenting. And also, this is going to look, if you've seen any of my own collection stuff, you're going to think that I added a lot of this. I did not. I have not added a single thing. I've never hooked this up to a computer. So, albums, artists, I guess we'll just hit artists. Unknown artist, which it likes to call unknown album, I guess. Okay. So let me try and zoom in. Zune in, perhaps, is a better joke at the moment. I didn't mean to hit that. Okay, Dave Matthews Band. I see what it did. Okay, so if it doesn't have an album name, it's just calling an unknown artist, apparently. So presumably Chubby Checker there. No, Big Bopper. Okay. Yeah, again, I think there was just a teeny bit of torrenting going on. But yeah, oh boy, it looks like we got a whole lot of Dave Matthews in here. Book of Love. From ABC, okay. It's not the one I was thinking of. I Just Want to Be Your Everything. Okay, so presumably Andy Gibb. Champagne Jam, okay. Atlanta Rhythm Section. Pick Up the Pieces. Yeah, that's a good one. Good instrumental cut. Little Berlin on there, presumably. In this case, we're baking in the artist name, so Don't Worry, Be Happy is on here. Okay, that's kind of an odd way to organize it, but that might be user error, for lack of a better term. All right, but yes, it does kind of look like something that I would put in there. 38 Special, which I'm going to guess this is a greatest hits. Those are all from disparate albums. 80s, okay, 80s is an artist now. Electric Slide by 80s. Okay, that might be some sort of knockoff. Who knows? AC-DC. What do we got here? Just kind of... Actually, a pretty decent assortment there. What else have we got here? Somebody I'm truly more familiar with. Alan Parsons Project, okay. I've got all of the original Project albums in some way, shape, or form here. And it looks very greatest hits-ish to me. I keep looking for albums, for it to start naming albums. Okay, Allman Brothers as opposed to Allman Brothers Band. This is part of why I think there was some serious torrenting going on here. And again, we're baking the artist name into some of these. Yeah, this seems to be mostly from some greatest hits sort of deal. American Breed, okay. The Archies. Average White Band, of course, which does Pick Up the Pieces, which we had scrolled past. Bangles, I'm assuming it's just going to be hits. Yeah. from disparate albums, so presumably a greatest hits sort of deal. Yeah, I mean, I could spend all day going through this. I'll try and kind of speed through this. I'm just kind of looking for anything that jumps out at me. Bob Marley and the Whalers, WHA, as in going whaling, as in illegally trapping whales. Yeah. Again, it's... but I keep hitting the wrong button with this. This is meant for somebody with very tiny fingers. Bonnie Tyler. Okay, I saw Total Eclipse Elsewhere just a moment ago. Yeah. I know that okay, I'm a birds freak, so I gotta check that one. It's okay, just Tambourine Man and 8 Miles High. Okay. Cameo. Candy Staton. I mean, there's some kind of reasonably deep cuts on here. Chic Edwards. Okay. What else have we got here? Wait, hang on. Coven. Holy crap, they have Coven on here? Is it just one Tin Soldier? Sure is. I'm a notorious Creedence fan, so let's... What do we got from Creedence? American Woman? Yeah, tell me you were torrenting without telling me you were torrenting. This is almost Napster stuff. Brown-Eyed Girl, Van Morrison? Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog, as in Joy to the World. Holy crap. Okay, now there's some actual Creedence on here, but... Yeah. There's some nice deep cuts in there, too. All right, let me just try and scroll a little again. I'm just looking for anything that really stands out. Edgar Winter. So is it just going to be like Free Ride, Frankenstein? Tobacco Road. Okay, not one of my favorites of his, but one of his best known. There's Free Ride. I'm sure he did do a version of Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo at some point. ELO as opposed to Electric Light Orchestra. Yeah, so once again, I am absolutely thoroughly convinced that a lot of this was ill-gotten. You fooled me with your cute little demon dog there. What else have we got down there? Hendrix, Jimmy Buffet, straight out of record ripoffs. Joe Walsh, of course. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Joni Mitchell. So, I don't know, Discount, Joni Mitchell, Judas Priest, all lowercase. King Crimson. Okay, I gotta check King Crimson. It's most of the first album. It's everything except one cut from the first King Crimson album. Okay. LaBelle Crew. What the? Lady Marmalade. Okay. I've never heard it referred to as LaBelle Crew. How about Led Zeppelin? Luther Vandross. Motown. Motown is an artist now. Norman Greenbaum. I bet you I know which song that is. Oldie 70s is an artist now. Pink Floyd. What do we got for the Floyds? Echoes, misspelled. There's good stuff on here. It's just a little weird. We Don't Need No Education, as opposed to Another Brick in the Wall. Procol Harum, Pure Disco 2 is my favorite band. Rick Derringer, well, we kind of had touched on that already. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Rufus Wonder? I wonder if that's Tell Me Something Good by Rufus, but written by, yeah, Stevie Wonder. And it's just mashing the two together. And now, having said that, I'm sure this is partially user error. Spice Girls, that kind of stands out badly. Staple Singers, which I hit by accident. Not that I don't like the Staple Singers. Getting down to the bottom here. Three Dog Night, yes. Since we saw Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog, quote unquote, under Creedence, am I going to find Creedence tunes in here? No, but I am going to find The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Totally by Three Dog Night. And, okay, Jeremiah Was a Bullfrog, but that's not even the right title. Dance the Night Away. Holy crap, that's a deep, deep, deep cut. That is like, that album's been on CD once, and I didn't hit anything. It must do some sort of autoplay thing. Yeah, that's got to be somebody's needle drop. The one and only CD issue it had wouldn't have happened yet. There's King Solomon's Mines. I keep accidentally hitting the wrong thing here. Midnight Runaway. There are some really good deep cuts. Some bad ones too. Southbound. That would have to be a needle drop. Let me check this. Is this really what I think it is? This is why I brought the passive speakers. Okay, I mean, there are later Three Dog Night tunes that sound like that. I am having to scroll. That is not the right song. I mean, it's Three Dog Night, but something is very, very wrong there. I bet you they downloaded it somewhere and then it was mislabeled. Okay. There's a big old shock for me. Okay. Unknown, another favorite artist of mine. Van Morrison, all lowercase letters, various artists. The Velvet Underground, sure, why not? Warren Zevon, of course. But it's only werewolves, yeah. Oh, okay, I'll check yes. It's probably just Owner of a Lonely Heart and not much else. No, there's some good ones on here. Yours Is No Disgrace, Changes, yeah. Roundabout, of course, yeah. There's some deep-ish cuts on there. Cool. I'm noticing I'm running down the battery pretty badly here. All right, just in the name of safety, I've got us plugged in here so I don't have a dead battery. That is a very touchy cord. I notice it kind of loses connectivity. It seems to be okay at the moment. I may have to keep a finger on this thing. All right, what I wanted to do was go back to the home screen. I wanted to check out the videos. And Doctor Who, the way they're labeled, and Star Trek The Next Generation, you know, the way they're labeled, that these might not be legit. Resume. Okay, well, did they start watching it at some point? Apparently, we're 2 minutes in. The quality looks a little VHS-ish in person. I cannot talk and do things. Yeah, check that out. What else? I noticed some Doctor Who episodes in there. Wait a minute. You're a true archive fan if you know Horror of Fang Rock. resume. Okay, apparently we were watching that. We're 8 minutes in, and I don't remember where that moment occurs. But, yeah. Are you freaking kidding me? How do I fast forward on this thing? There we go. When you turn it sideways, the controls seem to turn sideways. Okay, well, there's the part. Is this... No max headroom, though. Bummer. And yes, I'm kind of moving this on purpose. Yeah, dang it. That would have been just, well, it would have been creepy as all hell is what it would have been. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to guess these were not legitimate. I mean, I'm sure they'd been on DVD by that point, and somebody just ripped the DVD. Okay, well, before I get to pictures here, there is stuff that if it still existed, we could go online and do. But yeah, whatever little online stuff, I can still hook this up to my Wi-Fi, connect it, and it does recognize it, but it's no good unless you know somebody who also has a Zune. So I don't know, do I need to call up Dank Pods and try and meet in an airport somewhere, meet halfway somewhere? Because I think he might be it. Okay, games. What do we got for games here? I have no idea if these are built in or not. I know this came with some built-in games, but I could not tell you what it came with. I'm going to guess this little space game is probably Asteroids or something like that. And should it really take this long to load? I think I'm going to zoom out my camera for a sec here. Sponsored by Lips. Okay. All right, what do we got here? I'm sure it's going to take about a month to frickin' load. Can I play? Or is it just like, is it a role-playing game? No. It's Asteroids. I'm not pressing anything, I should note. I can, it's firing automatically. Well, that sucks. How do I get out of this? Quit, okay. I'm just assuming I'm hitting the right thing here. Oh, dang it, I broke the Zune. There we go. All right, well, there are some games on there. All right, to close things out, let's hit up pictures here. We've got 133 pictures. Now, you cannot take a picture on a Zune. There is no camera in here. Unless there's something that somebody knows that I don't, which it could be. Okay, we got some individual albums here. Alaska and Canada, okay. Vacation photos, I guess. Which is totally fine. I mean, I'd rather have that. Hang on, if I go back, I saw something that... Okay, it does have the date on it. So, June of 2008 here. And, okay, yeah, we've got deer crossing, and so obviously they had taken these photos somewhere else and they were just downloaded to the Zune. Actually, these are some perfectly good, perfectly decent, well-composed photos. These are actually quite nice. This is good. I like this. These are... Granted, I am no photography expert. Anybody that's seen one of my album covers knows. Oh, we do have some people photos in there, but yeah, these are good. These are perfectly decent. All right, what else have we got here? Arizona. Okay. Okay. Did it snow in Arizona? I mean, it's not unheard of, but. Whoever took these was a bit of a photographer. These are solid. These are totally solid. Okay, that's Arizona. That is truly Arizona there. Yeah, these are... When were these taken anyway? I wasn't paying attention. 2008. What else we got here? Brandy. I'm gonna guess. Oh, I bet you it's the dog on the cover. These are just from, yep, from when it was just a puppy to a full-grown adult. Okay, well, we know the name of the dog now, don't we? Fall. Okay, so do I get some cool... I'm guessing this was in the Southwest somewhere, because it's certainly not the autumn that I'm used to. But again, these are perfectly good photos. Not that I'm in a position to really be an art critic, but within my limited experience, they're fine. Okay, New Mexico. Yeah, whoever had this was from the Southwest, I'm guessing. And they had just taken a vacation to Alaska. Yeah. These are nice. Okay. I guess we might as well just finish it up, shall we? Niagara. Okay. Niagara Falls, presumably. 2007. Well, I was kind of trying to avoid pictures of people, but we might hit one occasionally. These are... yeah, these are good. I'm really liking these photos, actually. I could do without the family pics, but I think that just comes with the territory. Other. Okay, so what is other? That, I think that might be clip art. Yeah. That is total clip art. And now we're back to some actual, just normal, everyday photos. All right, might as well finish it up. Last one. Utah. Okay, we went to Utah at some point. When was this? I keep going too fast. 2005. Okay, so some of these photos were a few years old already. Some of these predate the Zune. I'm trying not to block the photos too much with my big ugly thumb here. I'm guessing this is Moab. Granted, I could be wrong. I have driven through Utah once, and that is it. I've never really done anything in Utah. I suppose I stopped for gas at some point, but crop circles. Cool. All right. Well, I think we've got a good idea there. All right. Well, that's about it. I guess I'll just kind of flick through just some of the random songs, see what shows up. I took a picture. Admittedly, I did do a quick test earlier, but I took a picture. This can do artwork. Whoever owned this was not using this thing to its fullest potential. But yeah, we'll see if we do hit something with artwork. The one I hit was woefully wrong, but it can happen. And I was really hoping to hit one here. But it just doesn't seem to want to happen. For the most part, I'm actually really good with these song choices. Oh, there we go. But, well, right artist, wrong album. I can assure you, Sharp Dressed Man is not on Tres Hombres. So something was up here. Head Over Heels, who was that? Tears for Fears, okay. As opposed to the Go-Go's. Well, there's ZZ Top again. Blue Jean Blues. I own enough ZZ Top albums to tell you that is not on this album at all. Is there anything on here with a different art? There we go. Actually, I think this is one of the ones I hit earlier. The Temptations, but I have a feeling this is not right. Yeah, that's Marvin Gaye. That is totally not the Temptations, and it's definitely not the Cowboy Junkies. I'll fast forward a bit here. Yeah. Yeah, somebody was totally torrenting. Anyway, I think this is a good place to end things for tonight at this point. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this little diversion from the usual formula that I tend to do on these smaller videos. But yeah, I'll talk to you again soon.